Chaos. This is front page of the Mail, and Heathrow's extended its cap, its limitation on passengers right through to the end of October.
That's right. This is this 100,000 flights cap per week that they've extended to October, which could affect the October half-term. And it's the Daily Mail is saying air chaos to hit half-term. Up to 1 million travellers could face new flight cancellations as Heathrow extends daily passenger cap to end of October. Now, this is John Holland-Kaye, the CEO of Heathrow, basically saying that this is being caused by a shortage of ground handlers in particular. They're only at 70% of the number that they actually need. And this is obviously going to cause consternation to travellers who are trying to get their plans, back to kind of normal again. And a lot of people have been going on holiday after over 2 years locked up at home. So we've seen the problems at the airports. I must say I've travelled from Heathrow and from other airports a number of times in the last couple of months. I've been lucky, actually, that I haven't had any problems, but then I haven't checked in any luggage and I've travelled light. So it's probably a good thing to do if you can do that, but that's obviously not possible if you're going for an extended trip. But there's no end of this in sight. It could potentially, according to John Holland-Kaye, last until next year, which is a sobering thought. But at least we are flying again.
Well, some of the airlines are pretty angry as well because they can't run as many flights as they'd need to. Who ultimately is to blame for this? Because there's
Heathrow.
such a...
Yeah. Heathrow. Well, John Holland-Kaye, the very man who says it's all working. I mean, he totally got this completely wrong in terms of what his staffing should be and the volume of traffic going through Heathrow Airport.
Well, I think if you look at what happened in COVID, I mean, some airports had their passenger numbers down to between 0 and 5% of the numbers that they were in 2019. There was a massive decline in traffic. And then it was quite easy for us to, now criticise airports. And I understand that there is a lot of frustration out there. But perhaps they should have kept people on furlough longer rather than let them go. Other people have resigned because they felt that during the pandemic they could find better jobs on the back of that than working in a pretty stressful industry for quite relatively low pay. So there are a number of reasons for this. It's a perfect storm. Demand has come back in a resurgent way that many didn't predict it would come back so strongly. So you've got resurgent demand. People perhaps should have been furloughed that weren't, and also people resigning. So it's just one of those things. I think it's going to take a while to work through. Look, the airports need to do their bit. The airlines also need to do their bit too. But I think there's going to be some of this disruption for some months to come.
One of the big problems that we have in the country are big airports like Heathrow, massive airports like that. I flew out of Southampton recently, an absolute joy. You fly out of Belfast, an absolute joy. Fly out of Leeds, an absolute joy. Well, there was big queues there, there were queues there. But these mega airports like Heathrow and Gatwick, I honestly believe that's not the way to go. There should be more airports and smaller airports.